Today I'm gonna prepare something called borek, which is a traditional dish for Turkey, Eastern Europe, some parts of Middle East. It's just you mix some stuff and you put it inside pila. You roll it and you cook it and then you eat it.
Alright.
I'm gonna grate this whole thing. Want a bite?
Would you like to tell us about that cheese?
This is called yellow cheese. It's very soft. It's very melty. So if you're making an omelette or a pastry, borek, as I'm gonna do, they easily melt. So it's very, and it doesn't have a very distinct cheese taste. So it's good to mix it with other stuff and just watch it melt. So as the ingredients, we're gonna use the pastrami, the yellow cheese that melts, tomatoes, peppers, and that's it. We'll just mix them all together, put them inside this wrapping sheet of dough and bake it. Oh! And there's two of them. So we're gonna use this sheet of dough. In some types of borek, you can make this on your own, but for some types you have to buy outside. And this one is already, I bought it from the store. So we're gonna use this one, and it's very tasty.
What is that?
We're gonna use this as a foundation. We'll spread this inside this Play-Doh when we roll it, so it makes it softer. Because this is how we're gonna cook it. We're gonna roll this in half, cut in 3 or 4 side pieces, put these inside and roll. Cheese. I should get a close-up of these.
Okay.
So we have 2 peppers. We clean the insides of these seeds and we're gonna cut them into smaller pieces like this, because once you bite this, it has to be mixture of all these stuff, so you shouldn't taste the pepper by itself, but it should be a combination. So we are cutting them into small pieces, and we are gonna add it into our ingredients over here. So we mix the peppers with the ingredients. As you can see, there's a very nice color differences there. We're gonna grate the tomatoes. I'd say, depending on the tomato size, use 2 or 5 tomatoes. If they're big, use 5, 3. If they're small, use 5. So now I'm grating them, and probably I think I'm gonna use more than, maybe I'll use 5 or 6. Like I did. Okay, so we mix some olive oil with water, and we're gonna put some to our dough to make it softer. Oh, there's a hole. Well, a bit, like you don't want to make it too wet. Just a few spoonfuls, and you make it all around it.
Good.
So after you fold your dough in 2, you're gonna cut it into 4 pieces like this. Good for me, I can use both my left and right hands. So we have 4 pieces here. We are gonna add our ingredients inside these pieces. Oh, that one is huge. But I'll have one advice for you guys too. If you ever make borek or these kind of pastries, you have to make sure that you fold them nicely, because I prepared the same borek for the New Year's dinner with my family, and I didn't fold them nicely, so all the cheese was melting outside, so it wasn't stuck inside. So I tried to, you know, fold them nicely on the corner so nothing leaks out. There goes my tip for the day. Yeah. Some peppers here. Okay, I couldn't make this first. So you fold, you're gonna fold them like this. So there's no open space here. It's like triangles, and start rolling them like this. You don't want to roll them too tight, but you don't want to roll them too loosely as well. So there you go, your first piece of bread. Well, sometimes this happens. Take a sip of your beer and fold them nicely. This one was supposed to be a triangle, but because of the shape of the dough, it turned into this like half moon kind of. Let's roll it, fold the sides, make sure nothing is leaking out from the sides, roll them again. There you go.
Go ahead.
These come pre-cooked, so you can eat it, but don't eat too much, otherwise you'll get a stomach ache. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this olive oil mix inside this dough again to make it nicer, softer. And once you cook it, it will become kind of crispier. So you don't want to make it too bad, or you know, you just want to make sure every part is kind of moist. So fold it sides, roll it gently and nicely. There you go. Put it evenly so every piece of it gets enough ingredients. Fold it, fold it, fold it nicely, roll. Well, tomato juice, these were very juicy tomatoes. It wasn't supposed to be this wet, but it will be tastier this way. Oh, this is too juicy. Well, if this gets this juicy as mine did, I'd advise you to get rid of the tomato juice a bit. So I will do that in a second after I roll these ones. It's not supposed to be this red! Oh jeez. Okay, so what am I gonna do is I'm gonna drain this tomato sauce to the sink over there because it's not supposed to be like this.
Hey, let's see.
Try cooking with Tugce. First we put the watery oil inside this, fold it in half. So now I'm gonna cut it into 4 equal pieces, hopefully. Yeah, being able to use both hands comes handy when you're doing these things. I'm gonna put the ingredients in and then we'll watch Chris have to roll them. And we'll see how good a teacher I am. Well, you have to make sure you put everything in nicely. Like when you bite it, you won't be able to bite it too big. So you make sure that there's meat and cheese and tomatoes and peppers almost consistently. So like from one bite, it shouldn't really change. And these things, you can eat all of them raw. So as you can see, I'm already eating a bit. We'll make sure that we have enough ingredient for every piece, or to this side. Yeah, maybe to this one a bit too. Yeah, and we are ready to roll. Now I'm going to teach Chris how to roll a borek. So stay tuned.
It's a lot like I would imagine making an egg roll. I never made egg rolls, but that's what I'd imagine it'd be like. Ta-da! Alright, hit that button. This one seems a lot better. Alright. Hit that button.
Once you prepare your whole pan like this, now it's time to put a nice eggs and olive oil on top of your pastries, so they'll get crispy and they have a nice color of dark orange in a way, so you know it looks very nice and colorful. But the thing is, I don't know how to spare the yolk from the white, so I have these utensils. So all I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna separate the yolk from the white, because you don't need the white, you only need the yolk of the egg. So see, I got the yolk. I'm gonna mix it with olive oil and put it on top of the pastries, and we'll be good to cook.
So I'm on autofocus there, and I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, I'm telling the viewers.
Not too much olive oil is required, because the yolk is like. They're gonna mix it. So it's just egg yolk and olive oil. And you can either use your hands, but I don't like the feeling of eggs on my fingers, so I'm going to use this tiny piece of brush that I have. The holding part got broken, so I'm gonna dip it in here.
Alright, let me get it from here to there. Alright, so ready, set.
So yeah, this will give our borek pastries a nice golden color once they're cooked. You can use a tissue, you can use your fingers to put them on. Like I said, I'm using this tiny brush.
Alright, so now she's coating the borek with a mixture of egg yolk and olive oil.
Yeah.
And in case you missed it, she got rid of the egg white.
With that utensil.
Now that the borek is done, what do you have to say for yourself?
It tasted good. No cheese leaking out. That's all I got to say. And one more thing. Afiyet olsun. Now we are having our dinner. These are nuts that Turkish people love a lot. In Turkish it's called kuru yemiş, like dried eatings. So these are the pastries that we prepared early on the day. These are my favorite. Sarma. They're grape leaves stuffed with rice and herbs and all green stuff. And with our teas, I would like to say afiyet olsun.
Bearish.
What should I say? Don't get that on.